Clearly. Then the next question, again about the living dead. What is the point of them bringing people to death? Who will they eat from then?
And this is directly related to the events that are waiting for us in the near future. With the climate. If the world is doomed, then what remains? I'll explain it metaphorically. Imagine there is a farm where a lot of animals live. And the owner of the farm finds out that a deadly virus has appeared in his village, some new bird flu, very contagious, which mows everyone down. And the owner of the farm understands that within a couple of days all his animals will die from this infection. What will the owner of the farm do in this case? Will you wait for this to happen and just throw tons of meat in the trash? Of course not. He will kill all the animals himself and sell the meat in these couple of days that he stays. So it is with us now. If the world is doomed and the end is inevitable, then at one moment a pile of human meat, life force, will simply be thrown into the trash. Therefore, of course, they tend to take everything for themselves at last. Or another example can be given. Let's say that there is a river that will dry up tomorrow and all the fish in it will die. What should I do in this case? Just wait for it to happen, or catch a fish and sell it? What would you do? That's right, you would have sold and earned. Why do you think they're dumber than you?
By the way, there is another question on this topic from our viewers. If they need our death so badly, why not immediately bang everyone with a sure bomb?
This question is an absolute misunderstanding of what is happening. To feed them, people must throw out strong emotions, live for years in constant emotional tension. And then what happens? Zilch and that's it. No, they need suffering and fear. Glimmers of hope and again suffering and fear, like on a roller coaster to survive the maximum. Therefore, it is much more profitable to scare a nuclear bomb than to really blow it up. Look at how long they have been doing this. How many times have the doomsday clock been translated? As the topic of nuclear war is littered in the news, then they escalate fear to the limit that it is about to start tomorrow, then they say that actually today we were already one step away from the start of a nuclear war, then on the contrary stories begin, then no, this is nonsense, in the 21st century for this to happen. And again in a circle. The main thing is that this topic is always active and it keeps in the information field, which means people think about it very often. And what emotions do the topic of nuclear war evoke? The answer, I think, is obvious. That's why every wild game that wasn't there for this is happening now. It's just that someone is finally trying to harvest as much as possible. Wait, or else there will be. They have not yet got the main trump card, which will squeeze all the juices out of people as much as possible and bring them to stupidity and complete humility. It's hunger. Read a few historical articles on this topic and you will understand that this is the next stage that awaits us. Pandemic, war and famine. These three go hand in hand together. It was said about this in the Torah. And by the way, this scheme has been turned more than once in our history. Well, plus, in this way, people's attention is also diverted from the real threat, which is the climate. After all, if people know the truth, they will stop obeying. And those who now rule the world will lose their power. And they are very afraid of it. This may interfere with their plans for a big transition.
By the way, about the big transition.